And what's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, sit down. Welcome to my home. Typhoons TV, episode 3. Come on in, sit down, subscribe, stay a while. Like, comment on what you're about to hear. If you would, swing back and listen to episode number 2. Swing back and kind of listen to, the what they call the pilot episode, episode 1. Swing back, take a listen. If you like, man, stay a while. Come on, rock with Typhoon. You know, I'm just keeping it real with you. All I'm trying to do is just keep you ahead of the competition. That's all I'm trying to do. Sometimes I accomplish. My mission statement is to keep you in front of the competition, to help you avoid landmine in your rookie draft. That's my mission statement. We catered more to the dynasty, but if you listen, you'll pick up some tools and tips and nuggets to assist you in dominating, in full domination in your keeper leagues, in your redraft leagues, auction leagues, whatever league you participate in. Sit back, sit down, have an open mind, listen to the recommendations that we bring out. We tell you why we come to the conclusions we come to. You say, hey, Typhoon, you know what? My boy, I like that. I like that, dog. My man, I like that. I'm going to rock with you. Subscribe, comment, like, follow me on social media, the fantasy, just Google. You can type in your search engine, Google or Bing, put in the Fantasy Typhoon, hit enter. That's my whole page. That's how you find me. That's how you find it. You can trace my history of my fantasy football dominance all the way up until August. I like to give us date stamp, time and date stamp. August 27th. I'm sorry, August 31st, 2019. It's about 8:27 p.m. Man, Typhoon's going live from Florida. We got the Dorian coming up the road or coming around the corner, or whatever's about to happen there. Coming up about Monday. Uh, I'm stocked. Gassed up. So I don't know. I might flee the Carolinas. I don't know. It looks like it might swerve and go that way, but anyway, by Dorian, that's enough. You didn't come here for that. You came here for some nuggets. You came here to, not only win your leagues. We don't want you just to win. We want you to dominate. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want. We love our players to be in what we call the two-way go. Oh, once again, I'm the Fantasy Typhoon, aka the Mentalist, aka your favorite analyst. Favorite analyst. That's how that works. You'd be surprised who comes, sits down with the Typhoon, take notes, and then take them and give them to you. It's where it originated. But I get into that a little bit later. But I'm trying to catch up. Let's go back, pick up, and then I'll come forward to the cuts and things today. Going backwards. I go back as far as Carly Lloyd. The young lady plays soccer. That does the bird when she scores a goal. Does the Philadelphia Eagles glide or whatever you want to call it when she scores a goal. She was just kicking field goals. Somebody filmed it. Boom, put it on social media. As you know now, it went viral. Now folks are really contemplating, can she kick? She had a little fame on NFL Network or ESPN and all the major platforms asking her, would she really kick? It was a lot of pushback. Now she's not ready for it, from players. Me, myself, if I'm a GM, look, I'm treating you just like anybody else. Pad up, baby. Pad up. I'll invite you to OTAs. Pad up. If you pass the test, you got a job. Just that simple. I guarantee you the Bears would have loved it to have somebody kick a field goal last year. That could have been a Super Bowl winning franchise last year off a kick. Just think about it. It could have. I'm not saying it was. I'm just saying if that kick would have went through, who knows what would have happened. Look, defense was phenomenal. They would have stomped Tom Brady. I'm telling you now, defense would have locked that down. Defense would have been all in Tom Brady's face. Well, no, they might would have got him on the ground, got him out the game. I'm just saying, we don't know over a kick. So, Carly, if you're looking, if you can kick, if I was a GM, pad up, baby, pad up. Come on in, let's see what you got. Don't love this time of year, man, because folks, I say man, I mean man, woman. I'm just saying mankind, human being. When I say man, it's just I don't know. I'm relaxed. I take my professionalism. I just kind of lay it down a little bit. I'm just coming to you. I'm just coming to your heart to heart. Just one fantasy nut to another, basically. Kind of come down to beer mode, like I'm drinking a beer with you. Take the stuffy shirt off, take the towel off, put your hat on backwards. Let's just sit down and chop it up for a little bit. That's what this is. Just kind of relaxing with you for a little bit. And when you look at it, college football on Saturday, Saturday afternoon, and then you got your NFL on Sunday. Man, you can't beat it. And you got Monday Night Football. You get out the ground for a little bit, go to your waiver wires, and you kind of make maintenance on your teams, and wow, you're setting your lineup for Thursday again. It's back at you again. So wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat now until what, February? Wow, it's here. Man, the Judy guy. But, we got the Judy guy in college, we got to wait and see. We haven't evaluated him yet, so I have no idea where he's going to score, because when he goes to the combine, he could flunk the medical. Could be some issues, some heart palpitations or something, Might not be deemed fit for the NFL. I don't know. So that's why we just wait to make our judgments. But as far as what we see on, just a casual fan just watching instead of going back, putting them through our 32-point process, hey, he looks pretty good right now. But, hey, anything can happen, because once you go to the combine, if you realize that's what the combine is for, it's for medicals. It's not for your 40 times and your short shuttles and catching the ball. That came a little bit later on when the combine was first originated, when it was first, implemented. It was, everybody was like, well, hey, why don't we all just combine together and share information and just come get medical on these guys. So that's all they really did when the combine was originated. They just came, do the medicals, and they left. There were no, athletic part to it. It was the medicals. Everybody would come together and combine information. So that's where you got combine from, because they would combine information. And then, as it football game, popularity, it morphed into the shorts. Now you got a show. Now you got, now it's a monetized event. More money, more eyes, more views, more popularity for nuts like us to have something to do during the offseason. Combine might get more. If you put the Major League Baseball World Series or the NBA Finals or the Hockey World Cup up against the Combine, Combine would get more views. Hey, that's real talk right there. All right, let's move on. Let's get going now. Just looking at some of the cuts today and some of the new happenings today. We already told you we weren't wavered one bit. We were telling you, about 3, 4, 5 podcasts ago. We told you we have full confidence on Zeke playing. There was no too much money to lose. You got to look at everybody's contract different. Trent Williams' contract is different from Melvin Gordon's contract. It's different from Jadeveon Clowney's contract. It's different from Zeke. You just can't. It's different from Le'Veon Bell. You just can't lump everything into one big ball or into one bin and say, all right, everybody's going to do like Le'Veon Bell or has the option, because they are in the contract. Le'Veon Bell was not under contract, but I covered that. I think in TV episode 1 when we went over. No, maybe it was 2. I don't know. Go back and check. I don't know which one. We went over the cuts, but as you can see, we already had full confidence in Zeke returning. He's not there yet, but talks ramp up. I mean, look, before week 1, Zeke will be there. Talks have ramped up. Now they are as confident as Zeke should be in the building by end of business on Monday. So what does that mean to Pollard? He goes back to the pumpkin. He's a pumpkin. Like Cinderella, had that glass slipper. She was out balling, having a ball. She was number 1. She was the queen, but she had to be home by what, 12? It's 11:59. 59. For Tony Pollard. About to turn into a pumpkin, baby. Now, you can trust that Dallas is not letting a rookie running back eat into Zeke's workload, especially after they gave him the bag. So, they pay him full running back money. They want full running back production. So they don't really want Zeke off the field. But, of course, if you watch Zeke, he comes off every now and then for maybe a 2 to 3 series a game. And that's fine. That's his normal rest workload, which will now give Pollard certain spots to enter into the game to get him a little bit more acclimated to the game. So maybe next time when we enter this Zeke kind of standoff, Pollard will be a little bit more polished, know the playbook a little bit better, be acclimated to what's happening, acclimated to the real NFL game. This is not preseason now. It's going up a level. Just like preseason, OTAs, you're just running around in shorts against air. Then regular season, preseason comes along, it ramps up a little bit different than what you're going against that same guy in practice preseason, although you're still here. Then it ramps up during the regular season, all right? Then you get towards your playoffs, it ramps up. First round, second round, ramps up. Third round, ramps up if you didn't get a bye. Then you get your Super Bowl, and I can't even go that high, about high as I can go before I go off the screen. And you got your Super Bowl, so it ramps up. So he's past the OTAs, he's past the practice, he's past preseason. So now let's see what Pollard can kind of do for spot work duty. Now Zeke might come in a little bit winded. First, might be a little bit winded. So you might see a little bit more work than usual from Pollard. But if you have Pollard, hey, you can, if you want to handcuff, you want to sit there and hold him all year, fine. Be my guest. That's up to you. This is your decision. But if you're in a redraft, I would go ahead and drop him. There's no, once Zeke signs, he's a pumpkin. He's not going to have any kind of standalone value. Unless Zeke goes down, bam, now you got a top 10 running back in the NFL. It's just how it goes. So you look at your roster and kind of see what adjustments you need to make. Now, if you're in Keepers or Dynasty League, absolutely, I own Pollard. Picked him up. Shoot. I picked him up right after the rookie draft. My first waiver cycle, I was already in on Pollard. But, you would have been too if I would have had a chance to really bring information to you. Let's see. Sean McCoy was cut. I mean, are you surprised? $6 million against the cap. We were like I said, we about 4 podcasts ago, 4 podcasts. On the first podcast, we were telling you about Devin Singletary, my mentor, MYL. What's up, man? MYL. Franchise team, made you look. My mentor, the teacher, taught me. A Pro Bowl winning, Super Bowl winning defensive back in the NFL taught me what defenses look for and prepare when they're playing against different offensive and offensive coordinators, and taught me where the ball is going. So that's why I try to sit back and kind of relay to you guys what's happening, real life, real NFL formations and plays, and keep you ahead of the game, like I was saying earlier. But anyway, we were telling you to get Devin Singletary, and I was explaining why I chose when I was in my rookie draft. I was sitting at that spot where I could have easily faded left and picked up Darrell Henderson, or I could have easily, went right and picked up. I was at about the 2.2, so I'm sitting there looking. That was about 2.3 or something, one of those. And I'm sitting there looking down the barrel at Darrell Henderson. I had a decision to make: Darrell Henderson or Devin Singletary. I just had J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, so I'm sitting there looking. What will I do? And I tell you, I told you on the other podcast or Typhoons TV, part 1 or 2, which one. I kind of went through the reasoning, and I ended up going with talent. I looked at my board, and even though it looked like it was swamped, but when you really looked at the situation, it wasn't really as bad as it was perceived. You got an older McCoy who lost some juice. You got an older Frank Gore who's basically there to kind of coach up and teach and kind of be a fallback guy. Then you got T.J. Yeldon. Teams usually carry 3 backs, and then they deactivate one on game day. In most cases, sometimes all 3 play unless you got a fullback. If you got a fullback, then you got 2 running backs and a fullback active. So that's usually how it goes, and that's no debate. This is how the NFL is. You see what I'm trying to say? Once you cut through the chase and you use facts, I'm talking about true, real NFL facts, it takes the fantasy out of it. It takes the guessing out of the equation. So now you're not guessing, you're going off real NFL information, which keeps you more accurate and keeps you making rational moves. And if you lose here and there, that's fine, but it makes the majority of your moves rational. At least you have rationalization on why you made transaction A, B, or C. You do have some real concrete football information on why you made your decision. Now, Devin Singletary was higher on my board. But like I said, I do have 3 real, in it, not social media scouts. I'm talking about real scouts who've done this at a high level for longevity. Real NFL scouts that send me their work, and then I kind of just merge all 3 together. And Devin Singletary grade was way higher than Henderson's, so I just kind of stuck to my board basically. Even though at that point in time the rumors were loud on Todd Gurley's knee. Oh my God, Todd Gurley's workload, his work maintenance. Oh damn, Darrell Henderson, get him, man, get him. Get Darrell Henderson, get Darrell Henderson, get Darrell Henderson. That's what the screams were. And it was loud. A lot of people were just, boy, give me Darrell Henderson. Need Darrell Henderson. And I'm sitting there looking at it. I had to make a rational NFL decision. No, let me go with the back whose tape looks a whole lot better. Now, I know the 40 time and all this and that is on 2 different planets. But on game day, they're not testing your 40 time on game day. So I went ahead and went with Singletary. Everybody was like, Typhoon, what you doing? And I was like, hey, man, I had to defend myself a little bit. Hey, Singletary, I had him a little high. As soon as I took Singletary, boom, Henderson went right off the board immediately after. So, dude was laughing at me. I was like, okay. He who laughs last, laughs loudest. So I went ahead and took Singletary. And, value, oh, you missed on the value. Look, value is you never really see what value is until after the season. When you go back and look over what you did, then you can say, oh, I got such and such player at a good value. Nobody knows what these players are going to do right now. Injuries or whatever's about to happen. So nobody has value right now. Because value is a myth at this time of year. So beware of that value myth. If you like a player, I don't care what round he is. If you like him, get him. If that's how you play, that's what you want, you do it. Just have your plan mapped out or your tiers mapped out on how you can recover and maneuver through your draft. That's all. That's all this is. It's for you to have fun and to dominate at the same time. That's what this game is about. But, now LaShawn McCoy is out the way. And Devin Singletary is now a serious consideration for flex duties. Maybe even RB2. Maybe. Uh-oh. Yeah. Did I stutter? He can catch. He can A-B gap. He can hit the outside. I don't know about Pass Pro yet. I don't know. I haven't really zoomed in on Pass Pro. But since McCoy is gone, evidently Pass Pro is up to some kind of workable or okay standard. Boy, they tried Devin Singletary out week 1. Week 1. Devin Singletary comes out week 1, and he's the starting running back. Oh, my God. Boy, that's going to make me feel good from the beating I took from taking Darrell Henderson in front of him. But, this is, hey, man, value isn't known until it's known. But anyway, let's keep moving on with the show. So kudos to those out there who listen to MYL or listen to me or, and went ahead and took Devin Singletary in draft. You're being rewarded. Now, the Laramie Tunsil trade, if you don't know, they traded Miami Dolphins, traded Laramie Tunsil to the Houston Texans. Houston Texans gave them, another offensive tackle, offensive lineman, I think a defensive lineman or something, some players that they really weren't high on, just some throw-ins, kind of like a throw-in on your rookie drafts, on your rookie trade, or on your trades, a throw-in back, and 2 1s and a 2 for Laramie Tunsil. Now, like I put on Twitter, if you look at the trade, it tells you exactly how coaches thinks. And if on Houston side, that's a coach thinking. That's not a GM trading. That was a coach. Even though, some GMs and coaches can handle both hats. But that trade was a coach's trade. I'm tired of clowning. Get clowning out of my face. I don't like clowning. We need offensive line help. That was a coach trading with the GM in Miami. It was a coach versus what? Men are from Venus, women are from Mars, coaches are from Venus, head coaches are from, GMs are from Mars. That's what that is. Because if you look at it, it's a prime example of how the GM outlook and the coach's head coach's outlook. Head coach's outlook is for now. I'm talking about now. We got to do this now. So what he did was move Clowney to make cap room to bring in Tunsil so he could overpay him, which they need offensive line help, absolutely. But there are other avenues, and I'll get to it in a minute. Now, they did that to help solidify Watson. Now, because left tackle is more for your quarterback. Your left tackle is your quarterback's pretty much his best friend, because when Watson has the ball and he's looking this way, the defensive lineman got to make sure he don't get cracked upside the head from the blind side. That's what Tunsil's job is, to keep Watson clean so he doesn't have to worry about this. He can kind of focus and lose himself and watch the field and do his reads and get the ball to the right player. And O'Brien also said he needs wide receiver. Oh, sorry, they got Steals. They got Laramie Tunsil and Kenny Stills. Houston Texans did. So that's a now move. If you look at the GM in Miami, he's sitting back laughing because he's looking for the future, like a GM should. GM's looking for the future. Head coaches are, man, we need now. We need now. I'm talking about right now. We just need now to get to the playoffs, and then whatever happens after that. That's what the coach wants. Coach wants playoffs. Coach wants to win the division. That's their goal. Win the division, and after that, then let's do what we need to do. So that's what O'Brien is thinking. And then you look at Miami, they're looking at it like, we're just in full tank mode. So if you're a Miami Dolphins player, there's really no need for you. I mean, why are you really playing? I mean, to be honest, you have shown full-blown tanking. Well, not tanking. You have shown that you have waived the 2019 football season. Now, you're going to play and compete, but at the same time, this year has been waived. Everybody gets a pass. Coaches get a pass this year because you were expected to go 1-15 or 2-14. That's expected. Anything above that, wow, he's a heck of a coach. But now they have the 2 first and the second. So now they're sitting there. Poor Josh Rosen. Now they're sitting there looking at Tua coming hot off the press next year. Then maybe scoop up an offensive lineman, a left tackle to replace Tunsil in this year's draft. Maybe even get Judy. They got the ammunition to make some moves now. Get them a stud left tackle, quarterback, and then get them a stud wide receiver. They're ready to rock and roll. You can always get you can fill a running back in anywhere now from what it seems now, the way the NFL has showed us. Now, on the flip side, on Houston's side, they're ready to play now, like I said, the left tackle does more, Tunsil does more for Watson than it does Duke Johnson, where they traded for Carlos Hyde as well. And Carlos Hyde, now it helps them. Don't get me wrong. He's a good run blocker as well. He's the top of the class. He's one of the top graded left tackles in the game. But like I said, it's more towards Deshaun Watson's help as it is to Carlos Hyde. Now it will help Carlos Hyde, but that move was done more for Deshaun Watson and his blind side. Now, we were trying to tell you, we sent a text out when there was nobody in the backfield and everybody with social media was just going crazy. This is Duke Johnson. He's the lead back. He's a 3-down back. Right then and there was your window to kick Duke Johnson off your roster. That was your time to get all you can get. Because I don't know if in fantasy, I don't own Duke Johnson. Never have. But I loved him coming out. I was high on him, but once he came in and you watched him settle, because the NFL will tell you what they think of you. You don't have to guess this stuff. The NFL tells you. Just listen with your eyes. The NFL, Cleveland Browns, told you, and they actually put a label on him, scat back, or 3rd-down back. Put the label on him. So that's his label. It's not what I think. It's not what social media thinks. It's what the NFL thinks. That's what matters. What do the NFL executives and head coaches think? So now he has the label as a 3rd-down back. So now when you look at his numbers, they're going to be skewed. All right, let's say, for instance, let me give you a prime example. All right, let's say, for instance, you're looking at Duke Johnson's stats. You're like, oh, my God, he's at da-da-da carry. And it might be astronomical. It might be big. But you're not looking at the context. The context of his yards per carry is this. Because the simple fact he was used as a third down back. Let's say if it was 3rd and 15, right? And Cleveland is good, like, okay, we'll just go ahead and punt here and then flip the field. Play defense and we'll get the ball right back. Let's say if that's what the offensive coordinator and the head coach are seeing at that moment. They call a draw, which is a run play, which is going to its run stats. On 3rd and 15, height, quarterback holds the ball. Height, quarterback holds the ball, boom, puts the ball in Duke Johnson's belly on the delayed handoff, right? Duke Johnson picks up 14 yards, right? But the context was the defense was like, you just can't get 15. We'll give you 10. We'll give you 11. Heck, we'll give you 14. You're just not getting 15. So a lot of his carries are intertwined in his numbers as being a third down back when defenses are lax because now they're playing the sticks, what you call stick football. So now they're relaxed at the sticks. So now his yards per carry are inflated for the simple fact he's a third down back. Just the same thing I was telling folks about Mark Ingram. When everybody's like, oh my God, Mark Ingram stinks, da 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 da. The simple fact, Mark Ingram was a first down back. He would come in on first down. They would put the ball in his belly against stacked boxes. Mark Ingram would get like 2 yards. He would come out the field. Now, if Mark Ingram took it to about 6, then all right, let's run again. Leave Mark Ingram in the game. Boom, Mark Ingram get 3 yards. Now it's 3rd and 1. Leave Mark Ingram in the game. Boom, he get 2 yards, get the first down. Then he's back in on first down. Right, get the ball to Mark Ingram again. Boom, first, get 3 yards. Now 2nd and 7. Take Mark Ingram out. Bring in the scat back. How you can't get a real synopsis of who the player is when they're subbing in and out like that? There's no truth. You got the numbers, yeah, but are the numbers real? That's all we're trying to help you to look out for. And he's been labeled. Once he was all alone in that backfield, we told you, get rid of him. Because in reality, you have probably never used him as a RB2 the full 4 years you had him. And if you did, I know you never used him as an RB1, ever. He's sitting on your roster, so what is he doing there? Oh, that was your window. Get something for him now. Get it. But Carlos Hyde just stepped on it. So there go your every down duty. So now what is he? Right back into the scat back role again. Because, only way he can really get the duties is if there's an injury in front of him. And then he'll do it as long as he can. Even Higdon might come in and still take over those duties. That's because he's labeled. He doesn't. The NFL has labeled him as he can't handle the 3-down role. It's not me. I'm just telling you what the NFL is. I'm just reporting what we see. The NFL has told you what he is. Now believe it. No, he could BMI and all that could equal up well. But at the end of the day, is what the coach thinks. Who cares? Who cares about what you think? Who cares about what I think? It's about what the coaches think. That's why we try to flip the tables and bring you that side of the coin that you're not getting. So you missed your window now. Now Duke Johnson could do something. Would he ever be an RB1? Would you ever slot him in your RB1 and be like, yeah, I got Duke Johnson in my RB1, and then you line it up, and another dude got Zeke as his RB1, and then got Devonta Freeman as his RB2. You got Duke Johnson as your RB1. Come on, man. You're not feeling good about that. That's not dominating. It might work here and there, But it's not we talking about dominating. We're not talking about just getting by. Get him out. He's not going to help you dominate. That's not what we want. Kick the can. This next draft coming up is huge. There's a lot of players coming up in this draft. On top of that, Houston is going to draft another running back in the first or second round. Well, can't be the first. Houston is, especially if Bill O'Brien is at the helm. If Bill O'Brien is at the helm, what? Bill O'Brien wants to win now. He's coming off with a running back because he's going to see Carlos Hyde is not what he wants. He's going to see Duke Johnson is only there for scat back duties. So if they bring in another running back that can run and catch and pass pro, guess what? Guess what? Bill O'Brien's going to ride him to death. Boom. Now your boy Duke next year is sitting right beside the offensive coordinator. All right, that's enough on Duke Johnson. You can do what you want to do. We just giving you the real. Just real talk here. Let me talk about this note here. Looking at Jerick McKinnon. I have a source, and I haven't used him before. It's a new source that I've been talking to. He gave me some information, and this was back in OTAs. He was like, Typhoon, look, man, I'm telling you, I will be surprised if Jerick McKinnon plays a down for the San Francisco 49ers. He was telling me this in OTAs. I was like, what? Because I don't break news, but I do have contacts. He was like, Typhoon, man, it's not looking good. He's not where, as far as rehab, he's way behind, man. Something happened with his ACL reconstruction. So watch out, man. But I didn't broadcast it. I didn't tell anybody because, there's a new source. So now I can kind of tell you some things now, all right? It actually happened. He's on our, Jerick McKinnon is now on our R. Now, if you had known that back in OTAs, you could have made some moves. It would have been, that was good information. My bad. I sat on it. I didn't want to actually go public with it because, like I said, it's a new source. I got to test him. Comes to find out, that's true. And what he said, this too. He said, Deebo Samuel, look out. Basically what he texted me. Deebo Samuel, get him, and just hold tight. All right, I'm telling you now. I'm telling you. So Deebo Samuel, so you do whatever you want to with it. That's what the text said. Deebo Samuel, get him and look out. So now I'm telling you. All right, I have a. I'll say this and I'll close up shop. I have a draft. Sunday, tomorrow at 3. This is my man. This is a draft with my peeps. This is a draft with my old college and high school comrades. So this draft, it's been in service for a minute. And it's still standard scoring. We won't change it. We won't change it. There's no need of changing it. It's standard. I know folks don't play standard anymore, but these are one of those leagues, man. I've dominated it. I don't think nobody still know that I'm Typhoon because I haven't revealed it yet. I'm killing them, so I kind of backed off, let it auto draft, and I still won. I don't even draft anymore, but I don't know. I might just slide in and just do, pick a team and then boop, put it on auto draft and let it finish this year. I don't know. Did I win last year? I think I won last year. But anyway, I don't know. I kind of just back off sometimes and let other folks win. It's no fun just winning all the time. So might do something there. Then I have, when I was living in Atlanta, I got my Atlanta crew. We got a draft coming up on ESPN, 16-team league, very competitive. So I won that, one time? That's been in circulation for a while. And Got that one. Just did a keeper league with MYL, like I was telling you, my mentor. Humble Bees, what's up? And with my peeps over there, we just did our keeper. We did that, Wednesday night? Thursday night. Yeah, we did that Thursday night. And then my last draft is in EFG. Again, we do this what we call the Challenge League, which is just a redraft. We redraft every year. Now, that league drafts Wednesday night at about 9:30. So that would be my last draft. So I have 3 drafts left. 1, 2, I really need to prepare for. 1 with my old crew. I probably just wing that, man. Don't do any prep for that. But anyway, as I was doing my prep, I said all that to say this. As I was doing my prep, it became clear to me where the domination comes from, as far as, different social media views against us. We kind of found out where our domination comes into place. And it's in these 3 major areas. 1, folks fade players too quickly for no reason. You're just fading. Folks just start, I don't know, just fade him. There's no reason to fade. You just, I'm not feeling good about him, so let's fade him. With no reason to fade. With no football reason to fade. Like AB, for instance. You faded him over Hellman and Diva, knocking over the Gatorade Kool-Aid, give me the ball tendency. So the media has dwarfed minds to fade those players. They're not good. Yeah. For fantasy, that's exactly what you want. That's what you want. That's what you've been dying to get. Is a player that wants the ball. That's what it's all about. But you fade him. Well, you've been advised to fade. But anyway, you fading folks too quick. And then on the second area is folks call for a regression for no reason at all. Well, he can't do that again. Well, why? Nah, he just can't do it again. You know what I'm saying? No reason at all. He can't do it again. Can't do it again. What he did was outstanding. He just can't do that again. So automatically, he's down on my board. He can't do that again. No kind of analyst with it. Well, why? He can't do it again. And then another reason why we are different, why we punch you in the mouth at, is folks push rookies into starting roles prematurely. That's killing you. And we dominating on. We just sitting back looking at the disconnect between us and the masses. Those 3 areas: 1, fading players too quickly. 2, you're calling for progression for no reason. And 3, you're just pushing rookies in starting roles too early. This is basically in these 3 areas is why we're on our way to being legends. Why we dominate winners. Like in the beginning of some of my podcasts say, just beating up on mediocre people, what fun is that? The fun is when you dominate on winners. Kind of like my league with my dogs. I dominate that league. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I hate to say it, they mediocre players. They tune in only for that, and then they gone. They're not fantasy football players. They play, but they don't take this game serious like I do. So yeah, what fun is it dominating folks like that? But when you get to the EFG, when you get to them top dogs, when you got to the ex-players, when you get to folks that do this year round, when you get to the commissioners of certain leagues, I'm talking about real college football leagues, you get folks that did work at the NFL level. I'm talking about side by side with Roger Goodell, that know the business, that's sitting there looking at the transactions before they're happening, and then you turn around and not win 1 year, you double up, go back-to-back championships. when you dominating winners, that's what make legends. That's what we here to make you a legend. I mean, you stand up and dominate, not just beat them, dominate them. I'm talking about before the 4 o'clock game, you're already up 80 points. Kill it. That's what we here to do, man. We here to let you laugh on Sundays and just have a ball. Let them start Duke Johnson. Let them suckers start Duke Johnson in an RB2 and just laugh. Oh my God, I'm getting ready to dog you. Folks, that's what the Typhoon is here to help you with. Now, prime example, fading too quickly. Dante Pettis, let's use that for a reason. Now, I do understand why you're fading him, so I want to say that. And you got the right avenue of fading. You listening to the comments, you're looking at Shanahan, and you're watching the way he's being treated by Shanahan. He's playing too much in the preseason games. He's playing too long. He's minimizing him publicly, saying, I want to see more out of him. I don't know what I'm going to do with him, and da-da-da-da. You're listening to it and you're fading him, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take the information, but at the same time, you're supposed to cipher that information. Don't just because you read it, don't make it true. That's how it used to be. When you used to read books, all right, that's pretty much true, and you take it. Now, the stuff you read, 90% of it is bull crap. So you got to listen with your eyes. At the end of the day, he's a young wide receiver in San Francisco. Pettis is the number 1 wide receiver. So I can understand you faded him. So maybe that could have been a bad example. Because you're not fading him for no reason, but you did fade him, and we're going to capitalize on it. Last year, one of my dynasty leagues, guy just got fed up with, because you remember Pettis was hurt a lot. Come in, play a couple of series, boom, he's off to the field, he's out for 2-3 weeks. Might come in, boom, he's hurt again. So guy spent like a 2.4 on him and just cut him. And I'm sitting there at the office, because I got bling. I was sitting there just having to look down. Dante Pettis dropped. I almost had a heart attack. Boom, hurry up, put the claim in for him right quick. Boom, because it's first come, first serve waivers, and boom, Dante Pettis hit the floor. Clean up on aisle 2, Typhoon. Clean up on aisle 2. Hey, I'm coming to clean that up. Scooped him up right quick. Boom, now he's on my roster. We're going to wait a little bit, let him get a couple of good games in. Bam, let's see if we can get a 1. That's what it's all about, man. Debo's coming. I know it. I know he's coming. So it's time for me now, if you own Dante Pettis, let him get a good couple of games. Maybe trade him to the Debo owner. Oh, that's dirty. That's dirty. You want to do somebody dirty? Let Dante Pettis have a good 2 or 3 games. Trade him to the Debo Samuel owner for Debo and a 1. Ooh. Ooh. That's dominating. That's dominating right there. That's dominating. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment and like. 2 years, I promise you'll be laughing at that trade. That's what we're here to do, to keep your head, man. We're here to keep you. I'm going to do that. I'm doing that. After a couple of good games, I'm trading him to the Debo Samuel owner for a 1. Because the Debo Samuel owner going to be like, man, my man can't even get on the field. I'm talking about dynasty. That's strictly dynasty move right there. In redraft, you're gonna get clobbered on that one. But regression for no reason, and then I'll close up. Regression for no reason. I got to bring up my man Patrick Mahomes, because we told you about him before dude went nuclear. And I was trying to get him, and I had to trade. I had Patrick Mahomes for a 2 right before, and I didn't stand on my word. I didn't stand on it, and I lost. I missed the 50 touchdown Patrick Mahomes. But folks say he'll regress because, well, he can't do 50 again. It's but you don't realize this is a young player. He's still maturing. He's still in the maturation process. And just think if he can just wing it and do that. I mean, dude just throws the ball effortless, man. I'm talking about dimes. The little 60-yard touchdown he did to Williams on the wheel route against he was the one of those defensive linemen on him checking him. He saw that right away. Boom, got him. Mismatch. I see it. He just went back and just let it fly. Man, go back and look at that highlight. He just let it fly. Dime. 60 yards to the house. Damian Williams. Gone. Oh, LaShawn McCoy. Talks to LaShawn McCoy coming over there to Damian Williams. I don't know where McCoy is going, and wherever he does go, that dog McCoy, you're not getting that McCoy that ran for 200 yards or whatever in the snow. That McCoy, he's gone. So don't get all fed up and over that. But he could go to the Texans. He'll start. Last year Mahomes was adjusting on the fly, right? He was winging it, if you will. Now he's settling down. He's watching the film. As you can see, he's growing now. He's maturing. You blend that with Andy Reid and a roster full of speed demons, McCole Hardman, Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, Travis Kelce, Damian Williams out the backfield, Darwin Thompson. Man, it's just speed, bro. This is speed with a head coach and a system and an offensive system. Eric Bieniemy or whatever his name is, the offensive coordinator, man, they know how to use speed, bro. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, male and female, folks, you call it for a regression. Man, I'm all in on Patrick Mahomes for year 2. Put me down for it. What if he throws 60 TDs? Have you ever thought that he could throw more than 50? But, it is what it is. Now, if you want to do the lazy analyst, I'm sorry, I got to call it what it is. And just say somebody's going to regress. Well, he can't do that again. It's your boy, it's your love child, Kittle. That's the one you should regress for no reason. He can't do that again. 895 yards after the yards after contact on drag routes. Coming across the middle through that short drag or baby slant. Taking those for 90 yards to the house. Baby slant is like, 7 to 18 yards downfield. Kittle was getting those and going to the house after the first missed tackle. Kittle had 895 yards after contact. Hold on, I'll say that again. 895 yards after contact. That's more than most tight ends had, period. He had that after contact. So that shows you how fluky that was. So if you want to look at regression, you need to look at Kittle for regression. But anyway, let's move on and we'll close up shop. I'm just telling you the three areas where we dominate at. Now, your rookie starting too quickly is Justice Hill. Wait, before you jump on me. Not saying he's not good. Okay? Did I say that? I just said you're pushing him into a starting role too quickly. You're drafting him in redraft, and there's no need for redraft right now. One, you got Mark Ingram. I know they just put Kenneth Dixon on IR, so that's one out the way. Then you got Gus Edwards, familiar with the system. Now, Justice Hill is better than Gus Edwards. So, By the end of the year, he should make that jump. By the end of the year, if he makes that jump over Gus Edwards, then you're sitting good for next year. But you're pushing him into a starting role too quick. He's not ready. Harbaugh is going to go with the veteran. Harbaugh is a veteran rewarder type coach. Harbaugh rewards his veterans. That's just how he rolls. That's just the truth of the matter. So Mark Ingram is going to come in and eat as much as he really needs to. Come out for a couple of breathers. Because they're like we said on Marquise Brown synopsis, they're running the ball. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. He's in the perfect offense. You picked the perfect offense. He couldn't pick the better landing spot. You just gotta wait. You just gotta be patient with him. Dynasty, yes. But you're gonna have to bench him. You just gotta come to terms with that, okay? Once you come to terms with, okay, I'll bench him, you'll be fine. You'll be fine in the long run. That's all you need to come to terms with. All right, let me bench this dude and then catch him out a little bit later. But that's the three areas that we find where the mistakes are being made. Folks are fading players too quickly. Folks are calling for a regression for no reason. Folks are pushing rookies into starting roles too early. Hey, it's the Fantasy Typhoon. I'll be back. Maybe I'll go through a quick draft right quick and just kind of show you where players are going and kind of, maneuver off those or not. A little bit. But, thank you for viewing Typhoons TV Episode 3. Hopefully we gave you some nuggets, some recommendations, some ideas, some tips. So, hey, if you like it, hey, man, subscribe. The little thing right here. Subscribe. If not, just leave me some feedback, comments. I'm a big boy. All that stuff, if you come at me negative, that's fine. That's more a reflection on you than me. That's all that is. You can come to me if you come at me like a real person and say, the reason why you think that's way, and let's reason together. That's fine. But if you're gonna attack me, that's fine. That's more your problem than mine. I just laugh at that. Look, dude, they're having a bad day, not me. But hey, like we always do, don't just win, dominate. Don't just win, dominate. Don't just win. I'm talking about domination. Don't just win, dominate. We go.